Welcome to Beerpens TV, where the truth is relevant. Today we're looking at the DA's claim on colonialism. Or don't they have a claim on colonialism? Anyway, which way ever, we are looking at this. Today I sadly have to look at the great DA leader as the intellectual equivalent of Jacob Zuma and Julius Malema. I'm sorry sir, I don't mean to insult you. But everything that you are, that you wear, that you drive, that you speak, that you eat, is because of colonialism. You cannot deny that. I have my personal reasons why I hate colonialism, but I cannot deny my very presence in KwaZulu-Natal being because of colonialism. My ancestors couldn't function under the British rule, and they seek their own land which they could govern themselves, and they moved away from the killing sprees of the Xhosas and the hubrism of the colonialist. But yes, here we are today. You are educated, you switch on your light tonight, you take your kid to a doctor, he's inoculated against diseases because of colonialism. Let's just have a little bit to look at your historical background, your personal. Who is Mmusi? Mmusi Olusias Maimane, born 6 June 1980, is a South African politician, the leader of the South African Opposition Democratic Alliance, this political party since 10 May 2015. So you are still a newbie there. A leader of the opposition in the National Assembly of South Africa since 29 May 2014. He is the former leader of the DA and the Johannesburg City Council and the former DA national spokesperson. So if I read your political career here, you've got everything to thank for Helen Zille, because she brought the DA as a political party to the point where you could become the leader. Asshole. That you can become the leader of the said DA party. Now we look at the contents, early life and career. I wish that youngster falls off his bike. Mr. Maimane grew up in Soweto and attended Allen Glen High School, where matriculated in 1997. Maimane graduated from the University of South Africa and BA Psychology, the University of the Witwatersrand, Masters in Public Administration, and Bangor University of Wales. Now, let's just stop a minute here, sir. Isn't Wales the origin of colonialism? There you got Masters in Theology. While studying as the Masters in Public Administration, served as a class coordinator in the University of Witwatersrand. Let's just go and see where is Wales University, sir. Welsh University, the city of Bangor, the country of Gwenwood in North Wales. It received its Royal Charter in 1885 and was one of the founding member institutions of the formal federal. So you are so much a hypocrite as what a hypocrite can be. Sorry, let's just go back to this hypocrite's entry. Political career started in 2010. Applied to run as DA candidate for Johannesburg City Councillor, and you know the DA had its origin in colonialism. At 2012 DA Federal Congress Mayamani was elected as the Deputy Federal Chairperson ahead of 8 other candidates. In 2013 he applied to run as DA candidate for Gauteng. On 18 April 2015 at the DA Western Cape Congress, Mayamani announced that he would run for the federal leader of DA as the elected Federal Congress in May 2015. Mayamani's Johannesburg mayoral candidacy was announced at the DA election manifesto launched at Walter Sisulu Square in Soweto. He defeated contender Vasco da Gama, a councillor in Johannesburg City Council, to be elected as DA mayoral candidate of Johannesburg before the panel of 30 people, including party leader Helen Zille. Let's just pause a little. Now I want some lifestyle photos of Mr. Mayamani. Let's just leader of opposition, leader of Democratic Alliance. Mayamani has been married to Natalie Mayamani since 2005. They have 2 children. If I remember correctly, sir, Natalie is a white lady. But let's not get race into this. Let's go and try and do some lifestyle pictures of you. And let's just see who you really are. Can we enlarge this? Can we see what clothes this gentleman is wearing? You cannot tell me colonialism did not bring any good to any black person in South Africa. Colonialism brought you your wife and your 2 children. Do you deny your right of your 2 children to live in this country? Let's take a break. Now let's see here in Google what lifestyle images we can find of this very highly educated gentleman. I mean, these pictures speak for themselves, don't you think? Racists are not welcome in the DA. I agree with you, sir. I'm borderline racist, so I won't support the DA, I'm sorry. Look at what the DA has given you. Look at all those people in the back there filling the seats of the stadium. But let's go and look at colonialism, because apparently that is where your problem is. Let's come back to Wikipedia. We put in there colonialism. Right, creation and maintenance of colonies by people from another territory. Colonialism is establishment of a colony in a territory by a political power from another territory and the subsequent maintenance, expansions and exploitation of the colony. The term is also used to describe a set of unequal relations between colonial power and the colony, and often between the colonist and the indigenous people. Collins' English Dictionary defines colonialism as the policy and practice of power in extending control over a weaker people or areas. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary offers 4 definitions, including something characteristics of colony and control by one power over the dependent area or people. Now I just want to go a little bit more into this definition. Give me 1 second, I need to search something. Nguni people. Nguni people are a group of people primarily speak Nguni languages and currently reside predominantly in southern Africa. The Nguni people are Zulu, Xhosa, and Ndebele and Swazi people. They predominantly live in South Africa. Swazi people live in both South Africa and Swaziland. In South Africa, the historic Nguni kingdoms of the Zulu, Xhosa, and Ndebele and Swazi lie on the present provinces of Eastern Cape, KwaZulu-Natal and Mpumalanga. The most notable of these kingdoms is the Zulu kingdom, which was ruled by Shaka Zulu, a powerful warrior king whose conquest took place in the early 19th century. Most of what is known about the ancient Nguni history comes from oral history legends. Traditionally, they are said to have migrated to Africa's Great Lakes region from the north. Some groups split off and settled along the way, while others kept going. Thus, the following settlement pattern formed in the southern Ndebele and north of the Swazi, and northeast the Zulu, towards the east the Xhosa, and the south. Owing to the fact that these people had a common origin, their language and culture showed marked similarities. After deriving from Sesotho, Tswana, Tsonga, the Nguni eventually met with some hunters, which accounts for the use of the click languages. So let me just get this right, sir. You moved into the territory of the Sun Hunters, colonizing their region, adopting part of their language, and yet you say you will not defend colonialism. Though in today's history the Nguni and Ndebele are known to have come from the Zulus, this is partially untrue. The Ndebele's South African based were the first group to separate from Nguni nation after they had entered the South African borders. They settled in Transvaal region from around the year 1500. Shall we go and have a look who these hunters was? Where are they? The Sun Hunters. Let's take a break here. Sorry, I'm still searching for some credible write-ups on the Sun people. For now, let's have a look at the distribution of the Nguni people. There you can see it. Pardon asseblief, ek maak 'n video. There's the Kela people, the Zunda people, Zunda second generation, Ngoni people by ethnicity are found in Malawi and Paramount Chief Mobeli. Now let's go to Malawi. Now this is basically Central Africa, where the Nguni tribes originated from. Let's see if we can find some Malawian history here. History of Malawi. The area of Africa known as Malawi had very small population of hunters-gatherers before waves of Bantu peoples began immigrating from the north around the 10th century. Although most Bantu peoples continued south, some remained permanently and founded ethnic groups based on common ancestry. Brandy, kom hier! So I'm sorry to say, sir, you even come more north. You invaded the land of the Malawi Malawi people, I wonder what you brought to them. Did you bring cars, medicine, electricity, telephones, clothes? What did you bring down with you when you came to Malawi? Soon after 1600, with the area mostly united under one native ruler, native tribesmen began encountering trading with, making alliances with Portuguese traders and members of the military. By 1700, however, the empire had broken up into areas controlled by many individual ethnic groups. The Swahili Arab slave trade reached its height in the mid-1800s, when approximately 20,000 people were enslaved and considered to be carried yearly from Nokota to Kilwe, where they were sold. Now this is very interesting, sir. Arab slave traders. Let's go and have a look who they are, because this seems to be the reason why everybody migrated from the north. All the Bantu tribes migrated from the north, colonizing the central and southern African regions. These were the main slave trade routes. Let's see. To India, from Mogadishu to India. Who comes from India again? Wait, I must go and have a look. Hang on a second. Right, just to bring in the picture, we are with Atul Gupta here. The Gupta family is an Indian South African business family who most notably members are the brothers Ajay, Atul, Rajesh, Tony Gupta, as well as Atul, nephew of Atul Gupta's nephew Vuran Gupta. They are controversial for their close relationship with the South African President Jacob Zuma, who we know who he is. The Gupta family owns a business empire spanning computer equipment, media, mining. In 26, Atul Gupta became the 7th wealthiest person in South Africa with an estimated net worth of 10.7 billion rand. The family migrated from the Indian state of Uttar Pradesh to South Africa in 1993. The original slave traders migrated to South Africa in 1993. Am I right? Let's just go back to your Wikipedia page again. Arab slave traders operated between Mogadishu to India. So while you fighting against colonialism that abolished slave trading and brought so much health and wealth and knowledge to you, you still think that colonialism is so bad that you can kick your mentor in the face to get some public brownie points? Let's just make sure who the Arab slaves were. Maybe I'm wrong. Arabs were sometimes made into slaves in the Muslim world. This was despite customs against. Sometimes castration was done on Arab slaves. In Mecca, Arab women were sold as slaves according to the Ibn Butlan and certain rules in West Africa. Slave girls of Arab origin in Arab Damascene girls was the slave of the king in Malawi, who was encountered by Ibn Butta. According to Al-Magri's, slave girls with lighter skin were sold to the West Africans on Hajj. Arabic was spoken by the Damascus slave girl. Medieval Arabic sources. So I think you can go and read this. Arabian European text, 16th to 19th century. Slave market in Khartoum, Sudan in 1876. Let's see, who are they selling as slaves there. I know this is just a drawing, but let's see. I don't see white people or people representing the ethnic European community in this picture here. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure I'm confident to say that this picture shows the slaves as black people and the slave traders as Arabs. Look at this atrocity happening here to these people. Anyway, my main concern was, what did you guys do to the Khoisan once you colonized Central Africa all the way down to Africa when you met the San people in South Africa? That's a question that I'm going to look at in my next video. Guys, if you're interested in finding the truth and looking at it from a different perspective and see the warning signs why Mr. Mayamani is moving in the same direction as Julius Malema and Jacob Zuma, please subscribe to my channel, Beerpens TV, where the truth is relevant. This is Beerpens signing off.